What's up, Gratified Grads? Welcome to How To Mondays on Gratified Grad, where it's my goal to help you graduate with gratification. Today's video, we're going to be discussing how you can prep for a conference. This can be a scientific conference, this can be more of a social conference, just any kind of conference, a networking conference. There are ways to prepare for these conferences so that you get the most out of the experience. And this is across the board, so be it a virtual conference, we're in this very virtual world right now, but we won't remain here forever. So the tips that I'm going to give can spread from an in-person conference to a virtual conference. So the first thing that you're going to want to do in preparing for this conference is to review the conference website. Typically, conferences will have a website devoted solely to what's going to happen at that conference. And so, when you're going to review the website, sometimes they'll have information on registration. There are often early bird pricing for registering for a conference. So if you register for the conference, 2 or 3 months in advance of the actual conference, you can get up to $100 off. Versus if you wait till the week before or 2 weeks before the close, before they close off the registration, you may get it at the normal price, which is higher. So I would suggest going through the conference website, just looking at what does it have to offer, who are going to be some of the keynote speakers, what kind of sessions are they going to be holding. Just get an idea of the focus of the conference, the theme of the conference, and you could also see who are the sponsors that are going to be there, so that you get a good feel of what types of interactions you may want to start preparing yourself so that you can have whenever you're attending these conferences. And a quick note about thinking about the sponsors, those are important because typically that means that they're going to have a presence at the conference. And so if you're interested in a specific company, you already know that, okay, they're going to be at this conference at this time. Let me make sure that I go talk to the recruiter that's there so that I can get my foot into the door. Let them know that I have a presence so that they can be aware of you. The second thing that I would say do is pick out your clothes. Whether you're in person or virtual, having a set wardrobe puts you in the mindset of, I'm going to be attending a conference. The way you dress psychologically impacts your mood. It psychologically impacts your game, where you are in a space. So I would say that ahead of time, you want to pick out the clothing that you want to wear to make sure that you are looking your best, you dress your best, so that you can present yourself in the best way possible. Conference clothing does not have to mean that you're in a suit and tie. It can mean that you're in a suit and tie, but it could also mean that you're just in a blouse and a blazer, or some type of nice, but maybe a polo shirt or a blouse. And you might as well, even though if we're in this virtual setting, you can only see the top half of the body, you might as well go ahead and do it all out, right? In these times, why not take opportunity to get dressed up? We're not going anywhere anyway, so treat yourself, look good. So, some slacks or a skirt or even a dress, right? So just picking out some professional attire that will put you in the mindset and in the mood of, I am at a professional conference. I'm here to promote myself in the best way that I have possible. I'll insert some photos of what could be considered professional attire. But by no means is that the limited spectrum and expectation. Hey y'all. And then the last thing that I would say, and this is the most important thing that you can do to prepare yourself for a conference, is pre-pick the sessions that you want to attend. And if this means that the night before the conference begins, you sit down and you look through the entire agenda and you say that, okay, this looks interesting, this looks interesting, this looks interesting, and you pick out those things that look interesting to you. But I would also take it a step further, and I would say ask yourself, what do you want to get out of this conference? So not necessarily what you find interesting, but what do you want to get out of this conference? And whatever the conference is, you decide, you ask yourself that, and you figure it out. And then I would also say that in looking at, so after you've picked out the things, or maybe let's say that you're still a little indecisive, and you have maybe 2 sessions that you want to attend at one time. I would say, in order to narrow down and figure out what session you will or will not attend, look at all of the other sessions that you have selected. Is there variety within the sessions that you have selected to attend? Are any of the session information overlapping? And if they are overlapping, then can you not go to that particular session and choose a different session? It's really important that you diversify your experience while attending a conference, because conferences are the best way to gain a breadth of knowledge, and you want to maximize that opportunity to gain the breadth of knowledge. And so your final conference agenda that you create for yourself should be diverse. It should allow you to be in different pockets, in different groups, and understanding different things about whatever select field that conference is focusing on. And so doing all of these things, and of course there are many other things that you can do, but I would say doing these things will aid in you having a positive mood, a good experience. It will allow you to be prepared for what is available to you at the conference, and it will also allow you to maximize the information that you can gain from attending the conference. I hope that this informational was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments, what other things do you do to prepare for conferences, be it scientific, social, networking? How do you maximize your experience at these conferences? Hopefully, you will be able to use these tips to graduate with gratification. Bye.